Hey guys, this is Danny. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do this cute hairstyle that I did on Cody. So if you want to see how I did it, just keep watching. So I'm starting off by parting her hair into 6 sections. I did one part from ear to ear, and then I did 3 triangular sections in the front and 3 triangular sections in the back. Next, I'm going to start parting out smaller sections within that larger triangle. So make that first vertical part, which will create a smaller triangle at the front of the section. You want to moisturize each of these sections really well and also put a little bit of gel around the perimeter of the part just to keep everything slick and looking neat. Once the products are smoothed into the hair really well, then go ahead and add your first rubber band. But make sure not to put it on too tight. I'm going to wrap this one around about 5 or 6 times just to make sure that it is secure, but not so tight that it's actually pulling her hair. I'm going to create the next section by making a second vertical part. I'm going to go ahead and moisturize it, put a little gel, and then smooth it, detangle it, and put the rubber band on it. But this time I'm also going to incorporate that first section into the second section by twirling the hair from the first section and then bringing it back into the ponytail with the second section as I put the rubber band on. Then just do the exact same thing with the third section. I try to keep the rubber band toward the back of the section because I think it looks better or neater that way, but you can position it however you think it looks best. At this point, I'm just going to take a second to loosen the hair from each section just to make sure it's not pulling, because as you attach those rubber bands, it gets tighter and tighter at each section, and it kind of puts more tension on the sections before the one you're doing. So just take a little bit of time and adjust the tension on the hair to make sure you're not pulling it from the scalp too much at the front. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, I went ahead and did a horizontal part to create 2 sections in that last larger section, and I'm going to split that hair in the third section into 2 and 2 strand twist it, and then put half that twist into the top section and half of it into the bottom section. At this point, I realized that it probably would have looked better had I just twirled the hair around my finger like I did in the first 3 sections. But it didn't look bad enough for me to redo it, so I left it like that. But on the other side of her head, in that last section where I split the hair in 2, I just twirled the hair instead of 2 strand twisting it. Now I'm moisturizing and detangling the ends of the hair to prepare them for 2-strand twisting, and I'm also sealing it with mango butter. And if you see me rubbing my hands together, that's me melting the mango butter in my hands because it comes in a solid form, kind of like shea butter or cocoa butter. And if you rub it in your hands, then you can melt it and rub it onto the hair. So I'm just twisting the hair all the way to the ends, making sure that they are very well moisturized, and then when I get to the end, I just twirl it around my finger, and that step just gives the ends a more polished, curly look. And this is how our twists look after they've been moisturized. So now I'm going to work on this middle section, and I'm parting it kind of like bowling pins are set up in a bowling alley. You want to do one section in the front, and then the second row is going to have 2 sections, and the third row is going to have 3. So now that you have your parting done for the second section, split the first section into 2 and twirl that piece into the second section. You want to put half of it into the right side of the second section and half into the left. And this is what it should look like after you're done with the second section. Now moving on to the third section, you're going to do 2 parts within that section, creating 3 smaller sections. Working with the middle section first, you want to take each of those ponytails in the second row, split them into 2, and then take the 2 inside pieces and put those into the center section in the third row. That is super hard to explain, but just keep watching to see what I mean. And this is what you should end up with. Now you're going to put the outside sections from the second row into the corresponding section in the third row. And of course, you're going to keep moisturizing and detangling as you go. This is how it looked once I finished the middle section. Then I went ahead and did the other side and 2 strand twisted all the ends off camera, and this is what I ended up with. Now it's time to tackle the side sections on the back, and I'm just going to do them the exact same way I did the ones on the front. Since this section is really thick, I'm splitting it in half, which is going to give me two strand twists. I went ahead and did the second twist in that section and also the other side off camera, and this is what I ended up with. So now I'm going to work on the middle by parting out the first of 4 sections and splitting that into 2. Now twirl the bottom left section up and crisscross it into the top right section. And do the same thing with the bottom right section. Now create your third section by making another part, and then take half of each of the two sections in the second row and put them into the third row. And this is what you should have so far. Put the remaining two sections from the second section into the fourth section and secure it with the rubber band. Now take the remaining hair from the third section, twirl it up, and secure it to the fourth section with a rubber band. And this is what the finished product should look like. I split that last section in half and created two strand twists off camera, and this is what I ended up with. And now I'm just going to put all the hair into a ponytail, and either you can leave it like this or create a bun. I like to do a bun because it tucks the edges and just protects them from damage throughout the week, but you can style it however you like. This is the finished look without slicking the edges down, and you could definitely stop here, but I'm going to go ahead and slick them down for Cody. And this is the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future videos.